Hello guys, welcome to this video. So here we want to talk about setting targets. So it's important that in your marketing campaign, you are able to set targets for yourself that a lot of your performance can be measured by. You don't just want to start off things without knowing to what lengths you want to go when it comes to specific metrics in good marketing, which is be setting your targets. Okay. So this video is about showing you the targets to set and how to go about. So the first place you want to set your targets is to have your reach. How many people do you want to reach, especially using all your paid advertising methods? How many people do you want to reach? In terms of following, how much money do you want to gain on social media? That is your Facebook, your Instagram platforms, or any other social media platform. Okay, then the other one is subscription and membership. So how many people do you want to subscribe to your email list or your YouTube channel? Hello, this is Rita.
But that's in the wrong way.
Enough. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to the Tribe of Kings webinar. If you can hear me, please let me know in the chat area. I'm very thrilled to be doing this today. I'm happy that everybody is joining early. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. This is going to be an awesome time. It's going to be a marvelous time of learning. Please let me know in the chats. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? If in case anybody cannot join the Zoom room, if in case we get full at any time, you can always go on YouTube. We are streaming on YouTube right now. But let me know if you can hear me. Please, I need, oh, awesome. Thank you, Hilma. Loud and clear, loud and clear. Eunice, thank you very much. Elizabeth. Great. This is going to be an amazing time, a very enriching time of learning. Thank you, Ami. Okay, so I'm going to be starting very soon. Wendy Ologe will be joining us very soon also. If you are pumped to learn how to build your own personal brand business that is profitable, let me know in the chat area. If you are pumped for this, if you want to learn how to build your own personal brand business, is something that you've always had interest in, let me know. Say yes, 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 super pumped. Thank you, Eunice. Thank you, Faith. I need activity in the chat area. Okay. Thank you, Herma. Thank you, all these amazing people for joining. The people are still coming in. I want us to get a certain number so that I will start. Okay, because I wouldn't want a lot of people coming in and saying, I didn't hear you, let's go back. I would not want that. But I'm glad that for all of you who are the early birds, I'm glad that you've made it into this platform. Thank you, Josephine. Thank you, Josephine. Hey, Wealth Vivian, good to see you.
Present.
Oh, wow. It's going to be an amazing time. I can promise you that you're going to learn a lot. This is a webinar that I've been wanting to do for a long time, postponing it. But today we decided to get it off. All right, so everybody can hear me. I am going to be starting right now. So everybody, thank you so much. Thank you for the Lead Your Industry webinar. My name is Richard Okere Jr. and I'm the host of this webinar. I'm the founder, our CEO of Eagle Force Integrated. Eagle Force is a business coaching and consulting company. And what we basically do is to raise leaders as personal brands or as corporate brands. Basically, we do that via coaching, consulting, training. That's all we do. And we have some of the people who have assessed our value on this platform. If you have been on any program hosted by Eagle Force or more, send it, put something, say present, answer present in the chat area. Say present in the chat area. I need all my people here. Thank you, Callum. Thank you. So we are almost at the number I'm looking at. In the next 1 minute, we are going to be starting. Okay, we are 30 now. We are going to be starting. So what you are going to be learning at this webinar, the first thing is that I'm showing you what you should, why you should master your craft and how to do that. Mastering your craft is very important. And I'm going to be showing you why it's important and how you can do that. The second thing is the multiple ways to monetize your brand. The multiple ways to monetize your brand. I'm going to be showing you that. Also, I'm going to show you how to get attention on demand. We're in the world of attention. Attention is the currency today. And if you know how to get people's attention and channel that to your products and your service and what you're offering, your brand, basically, you're going to be achieving remarkable things. The other thing is that strategies to lead your market. I'm going to be explaining that today. Also, I'll be talking about how to turn customers and clients to ambassadors. The goal is to create ambassadors. That's the goal. If your business is not creating ambassadors, you are not going to stay in business for long. How do you create ambassadors? I'm going to be sharing that here. And then lastly is the character ingredients you need to stay ahead in the game. This is just me packaging like 6 things you're going to learn. There are many other things you're going to pick up here. What I need from you is to make sure that you are not distracted. What I need from you is to make sure that you have your pen and paper to write down and also have your questions to ask also when the time is right, okay? Ask your questions. So let's start shooting. So the first key, I'm going to be sharing 7 keys. And for people who know me, I don't waste time. I don't beat around the bush. I like to go straight to the point. So let's go to why we are here. And please note that at the end of this webinar, I'm going to be unpacking something. Okay, this almighty box that I've been talking about, I'm going to be unpacking it. So make sure that you hang in to the end of this webinar if you don't want to miss out on it. Okay, you don't want to miss out on it. Frankly, you really don't. Okay, all right. Key 1 is so good they cannot ignore you. So good they cannot ignore you. At the heart of building a profitable personal brand, at the heart of leading your market, is that you have become so good at delivering your solution. You have become so good at communicating your value. You are so good at finding problems and creating solutions that will solve that problem that people cannot ignore you. So there's this story that I love so much. I'm sure some of you might have heard the story of a man who owns a factory, and the factory has an issue. It was not operational anymore. And he called various people that he thought could solve the problem. In fact, they tried figuring it out on their own, but they could not find the solution to this problem. So eventually he decided to call an expert, okay? Somebody that this person is the expert, another expert, basically. And he came there. The expert came with his hammer, looked through the factory, took a tour, and basically went to somewhere, one nail, and hit the hammer on the nail. And immediately he hits the hammer on that nail. The factory became functional. So and then the expert said, I'm going to be sending you my bill the next day. The next day, the expert sent his bill, and it was $5,000. The farmer was shocked. How can you be charging me such expensive amount of money for basically just taking your hammer and hitting it on the nail? Okay. And he was like, no, I cannot believe that. The expert was like, this is the fee. The owner of the factory down said, all right, break this thing down for me. Let me know exactly what it is that I'm paying for. So the next day, the expert sent the broken down bill, and he said $4,991 was for the hammer. Then $4,999 is for knowing where to hit. What differentiates you from every other person is your ability to know where to hit. Okay? Now the goal is, ask the question, how do you get so good? How do you get so good? How you get so good is to try to learn something about everything and everything about something. So there's something that happens in my house. My wife will usually ask me a question. I say, ask me a question and I will respond. And she will say, Richard, how do you know so much? How do you even know these things? You know, you can ask me a question related to music, politics, something. And then even outside of my own craft, as she said, how do I know? And I basically say, I just know it because I do research, I'm curious. I am always interested to find out answers, And that is me trying to learn something about everything and everything about something. You see experts and you wonder, how is it that this person is this good? How is it that this person has mastered their craft so well? Okay, it boils down to essentially this formula on the screen. One is curiosity. You have to learn to be curious. You have to learn to see problems or see situations and ask yourself, what is the solution to this problem? Why is this thing the way? How can I create of your story, your skill, your experience? Let me know in the chat area. Okay. So, and everything about so I'm not going to this. I will stop. I'll then will come up and speak, then I'll continue. Okay, I'm going to get to the second key. I'll bring on Wendy. Wendy will continue. So, is like I will say, I'm talking about the formula on the screen. So you have to, if you want to be an expert, if you want to dominate your market. Second thing is study and research. Who are the top people in your market that they are doing? You can always try to learn. Always, when you find a problem, you go on Google to acquire that knowledge and improve your knowledge. You study, you practice, implement. You cannot grow if you, okay? You cannot, part of what has gotten to me, I'm always interested to make sure that I implement what is being taught. So somebody says something, how I learned, part of the things I do, what I was doing earlier was website designing. And I can remember how I learned website designing. I would sit my laptop as a teenager getting, and I will be on the laptop morning and night download videos on YouTube. I will watch and watch. Building my own website. Okay, I've had various. I was trying many things and implement, but that even when it comes to online marketing, internet marketing, which is something they are saying it's glitchy. Can everybody hear? Can you in the chat, please? Says the audio is glitchy.
We want to tear. You want to tear B? You want to tear some, ma?
How is it now? Can you hear me well? Oh. Sorry about that. Let me quickly do something about it. Please give me a minute. Let me fix that, please. How is the network now? Please, is it fine? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, awesome. Okay. Okay, well, Vivian says it's better now. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so I was talking about why it's important for you to learn something new learn something about everything. That I talked about the formula for getting so good. So the formula for getting so good, number one, I mentioned curiosity. When it comes to your area of expertise, when it comes to your area of experience, your curiosity should be driving you. One. Second thing is you learn to study and research. When you ask questions, you study and research. The third thing is you practice. Whatever it is that you discover, practice, practice, and practice. I gave the analogy of how I learned website designing, how I spent hours, testing out different things about website designing, testing and testing and testing till I mastered it. And it took me years. Until today, I still learn new things. But the most important thing is that I made that effort to practice. So a lot of us, we pay for programs, you get knowledge, you acquire certificates, you pay for every new program, but then you don't sit down to practice what it is. And the most important thing you have to learn is that it is in your practicing that you will discover newer things, that even where you got that knowledge from, it was not mentioned there. It is your practice that you will discover the things that will stand you out. It is in your practicing that you will discover mysteries. Okay, mysteries, that happens in your practicing and implementation. And then when you discover those mysteries and what are mysteries and solutions and things, you document it. So when it comes to documentation, we document around a framework. So the point is, what is your framework? As you are discovering new things, you are putting it together into your own framework, your own signature framework, a framework that is unique to you. And the easiest way that we explain a framework is we say, what is the step-by-step process that you take to lead people from a point of problem to a point of solution? Imagine the worst state of whoever it is that is your target audience, for your expertise, for your experience, for that thing that you want to package as a solution and communicate to the market. Imagine whoever it is that is at the worst state. What does that person need to do in a step-by-step process based on your own experience and your own knowledge to move from that point to a best state? That is the question you ask yourself. And if you can distill that, that is your key right there. And that is your expertise. So expertise happens as a result of curiosity plus study and research plus practice and plus documentation. When you implement these things, you sharpen your expertise. Okay? Let me know if the network is still clear. Now, the greatest gift that you can give the world is your skill. Thank you very much. The greatest gift that you can give the world is your skill and experience packaged as a solution. Sometimes I imagine that, thank you. Sometimes I imagine you are created. What are you here on earth to do? What is purpose, in fact? So I have a purpose equation. A purpose equation is your skill, your experience, plus your vision, your skill or experience, plus your message, plus a vision is equal to purpose. And I ask myself, what is that purpose? What is at the heart of that purpose? What is that thing that is the core product of your purpose? When we talk about purpose, what it is, intangibles, and it is your skill and your experience packaged as a solution. God takes us through problems every day because he wants us to build capacity, acquire knowledge, find out, build experiences that we can package and use that to serve people. And that is the greatest gift that you can give humanity. Okay? Now, the second key is to become an attention dealer. The second key is for you to become an attention dealer. Who is an attention dealer? An attention dealer is somebody who basically knows how to get attention. And in this age and time, you need to like attention. In fact, you don't even need to, you need to want attention. You don't need to like it to want it, but you just need to have it. Because it is the people who have the attention, people who have attention today that control the world. It is the people who have attention today that make impact. It is the people who have attention today that change, that take territories. So the question you ask yourself is, are you dealing on attention? When the attention dealing, the fact that Facebook is able to monetize and make the crazy amount of money that they are making today, Mark Zuckerberg and everybody's on the play, because he created a solution and he consistently Sometimes I see Facebook ads. Mark Zuckerberg, as big as he is with Facebook, he still runs ads on other platforms. Even on Google, I've seen these ads on Google. Okay, so let me tell you my attention story. I remember when I was in my NYSC, I was posted to KB State. I've never been to the North before. I was skeptical about going there, but I decided I just had to summon up the courage and say that let me go to KB State. And I went to KB State, and the question I asked myself is, how am I going to make impact in this state? How do I, announce myself? How do I get attention? So immediately I left my orientation camp. The most immediate thing that I did was I wrote an article. I wrote an article about my experience in camp, talked about the beautiful things about KB State, and then I ran ads with it. So I promoted it to people in KB State so that people can see it. I was not expecting the amount of response that singular thing got. Okay, this is the post that I did. This post generated comments. This post generated this, you can see 183 comments, 27 shares. And I use this my fine picture here. But the point is that in fact, after I made this post, I had the SA to the governor. The SA to the governor reached out to me and said that he wants to, asking for my number through somebody. One of his aides sent me a message, that should get my number. I had people in my DM. Some people came to my PPA. They wanted to meet me. And I was astounded by the amount of energy that post generated. But it got me attention. So the question you ask yourself is, how are you commanding attention? Some of us today, we see what is happening in the same-sex, LGBT market, and a lot of us are complaining. A lot of us, like, no, this is bad. We shouldn't be teaching children this and all that. But the point that you have to learn is that we're in the world of attention. They want attention. That's how they sell. Okay. If you cannot build your own attention-getting system to present what it is that is right, you don't have a right to condemn somebody who is doing it. If you cannot build your own or support somebody building his or her own, you don't have a right to go and chastise another person who is doing what you say is wrong. Okay? So the question is, how are you getting attention? So let me, one of the things that I love this thing, you are the way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the solution except through you. When I got this revelation, it changed my thinking, because I asked myself, we say, Christians, we say that we are Jesus lives in us, the Holy Spirit lives in us, sorry. And, we are the sons of God, and everything. And because of that, Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one gets the solution except through me. For your expertise, for your solution, for whatever it is that you are selling, you are the way, the truth, and the life. And no one can get to the solution. Now, when I say the solution, there are different kinds of solution, but your unique solution, nobody gets it except through you. And that your unique kind of solution has to be a resounding, powerful solution that unequivocally solves the problem. People have gone everywhere and they cannot find the solution, but when they come to you, they find it. And that makes you the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody gets it except through you. If you don't have that kind of understanding about what it is that you carry, then you are not going to play this game to the long haul. You are not going to stay in this game for long. So the question is, do you see yourself as the way, the truth, and the life? I, Richard Okere Jr., I am the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody gets to build the territorial domination level business except through me. So how do you get attention? So these are the things I call attention magnets. So these are attention magnets. Number one, you can break a record. How many of us can think of somebody who broke a record? Let me know in the chat area. Let me see if you understand this. Who broke a record? Let me know in the chat. Exactly. Thank you. Hilda Bassi. So you can break a record, you can create viral content, you can do a revealing documentary, okay? You can do a large-scale event, activism, protests, you know, you can do a big charity cause, you can run for office, you can do a big product launch, you can do a personal confession, okay? You can invent or discover, you can win a major award. All these things are things that you can do, and there are many more of them. These are just the things, the ones I wanted to put here. And then make sure that more ears hears it and more eyes see it. If you do all these things, okay, and you are not on your own intentionally making sure that more ears see it and more ears hear it, then it's going to be limited. But I want you to have that consciousness that I need attention. You cannot sell without attention. I always like to use Jesus Christ as an example, because it's very beautiful how the first thing he did was to get disciples. Basically, and to get disciples, he had to get their attention. And if you study the things that he did, the way he approached them, you know, imagine somebody coming to you and says, come to me, leave your business, and I'm going to make you fishers of men. That is even a very punchy punchline to get attention. Okay. All the footballers. Okay. So the point is, you're an attention dealer. You need to. I don't need you to like attention, although at some point you mature to it. But I don't need you to like attention. But I need you to want it. Okay. So I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to bring Wendy Olode up. The almighty Coach Wendy, somebody I honor and respect so well. She has been very, very, very busy. But I'm glad that she has made it here. And I really want her to, I don't know if she's ready to speak now. Coach Wendy, are you here? Hello, Coach Wendy. I can see her, but I don't think she's hearing me. She's here with us, but maybe. Let me quickly get to her. She's been traveling and very busy, and yeah, so Wendy's our mama. Okay, I think she's here now. Coach Wendy, you have the floor, please. I'm honored to have her here. She's somebody that I've known. Let me just 1 minute. She's somebody that I've known since 2018, and she was introduced to me by another mighty woman, Etima Wumi. I still remember the first day we met, and it's been an amazing experience working with Coach Wendy, knowing her, working with her, and also experiencing her magic. If I begin to talk now, there's so many things coming to my mind, but I don't want to get into things that will drag my introduction. But please, Coach Wendy, you have the floor now, please. Please let me see fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji. I think we can't hear you. We can't hear you. I think check the sound area if you are connected using your computer, whether you are on your microphone or on your computer.
Okay.
Aha.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, I know what happened. So sorry about that. Thank you so much. I'm actually really knocked out. I'm so sorry. I'm not in the best of me this evening, but it's Richard. You know, when your guy is trying to call you, you come and be answering now. Abby. So thank you so much for having me. Um, so this evening, Richard has just asked that I share my story, and I don't know which part of my story that he wants me to share because my story is very long.
Please start from how you bettered the idea of TIP, and I know that when we were in your office, when we had a session in your office, there were specific things that we developed in terms of a framework that you are going to, in an expanded way, teach people in your coaching program. But give us tidbits of it, the things that you did that stood out for you, and actually are the pillars to the success that you have achieved today, basically.
So I'm not going to speak plenty grammar. I'm just going to share with us what it is that we've been able to do in the past 6 years. So one of the things that, so I'm the founder of the Intentional Parent Academy. That's the name of my brand. Arguably the number one parent coaching company in Africa today. And we've actually done a lot. And one of the things that I have played to our process and have helped us get to where it is that we are today is the place of systems of accountability in our systems. So for every stage that we have gone or we're going, we've had accountability. We believe in coaching, we believe in systems. So of course, for every time we have built systems. So the very, very key thing that I have stood out for our brand is building systems. We've been able to build, strategies where you can, in 1 year, take off as a system. So one of the things I see that brands are not able to do is that they don't start off as a system. They start off as a side hustle. And of course, you just, figure it out. You're just, how do they say it? You're just winging it. And in winging it, you're not actually able to deliver, you're not actually able to deliver what it is that you need to deliver. So we started in 2018. I met Richard in 2018. Richard, am I correct? I met Richard in 2018. That is the same year that we started.
Yeah, 2018.
Brand. All right. The TIP brand started off as a brand, an academy. That's what we started off as. And part of the mandate we had was to write books. And when we started writing, I was a first-time author. So of course, I knew what it is that I wanted to give to the world. But I also wanted to be able to launch out into the system in such a way that it's also acceptable and also become known. I was listening to Richard when he was saying some stuff and he was talking about knowing a bit of everything and you're being an expert. And I remember asking that we would need to launch our book and how we're going to penetrate the market. That was how we met Richard. And Richard was the person who headed that book launch. And Richard was managing our book launches for up until 2 years ago, when we have
built. Yes, up until 2 years ago.
Yes, up until 2 years ago, when we have now built systems that, the team can actually run with the template that he has created over the years. But the very first book, of course, if you know me, you know that my very first book was Connect to Correct. And Connect to Correct was that book that broke into the market. Like it broke into the market. But it didn't just break into the market by prophecy and by laying of hands. It broke into the market by work and by the systems that we laid, together. So I believe in being able to sort expertise. Richard has expertise in being able to, put brands and get it out there. And so I was introduced to Richard by my friend, my closest friend, Etima Ome. And that was how we started to work on the book Connect to Correct. So the book Connect to Correct was our launch into the market. Before then, we had to build our courses and all of the things that we're doing in the small scale that we're doing them. But while we were trying to launch the book, I knew that selling a book is not, it doesn't sell itself. One of the things that we do in Nigeria is, you become an expert, you know that you know what you're doing. So you write a book, you print it, and then you cover it with the blood of Jesus. And then the book will stay in your room for such a long time. And then when you end up not selling, you now begin to give it out to your family and friends. And then some of them will begin to occupy. And sometimes that is such a wealth of knowledge that is just not getting into the hands of people. I didn't want that. I wanted to be that African author that was read. And I wanted to break the market into the parenting industry and become that person whose book people would read. Now, one of the things that I did personally was to find a gap. What was the gap? All of the parenting books that were written when I started reading parenting books in Nigeria were all, once you pray to God, your child will do well. And I had a problem with that. I believe that there was more to that. And I even saw some comments where people would say, Nigerian authors don't write parenting books that impact. They just tell you, go and pray. And once you pray, that's how I did it with my children. Because a lot of us didn't have systems. A lot of us didn't have strategies. We didn't have structures. We couldn't put things together. Okay? We couldn't put things together that we would say, this is what we did. And I find that even in our business industries, you ask someone, how did you get here? I say, it's the grace of God, though. We know that it's the grace of God, but there's something you did. And that's what we're asking. And I decided I'm going to document my journey. And when I teach, I mentor upcoming parent coaches. One of the things I tell them is, I have a journey, and that journey is one thing that you need to develop yourself as you are also, going. So there is a process. So I started to hit the gaps, and that was a key gap for me. Then I started to look at the gaps of the things that they are telling us to do. Can they be conceptualized in Africa? And then I realized that even the books we were reading, the Nigerian authors that were writing parenting books were adapting the things that foreigners were writing. There was no tangibility to what it is that we were writing. There was no, you couldn't hold it, you couldn't touch it. So the transformation in that space was actually nothing to write home about as far as I'm concerned. And I remember Richard saying that, do you know that there is nobody in this industry who has what you have? I've listened to you, I've heard you, and there is something about what you teach that is different. Now, on your journey to impact, you need someone who will believe beyond you that you can do what it is that you can do. So I had my spouse who was my number one believer, who would tell me, oh, you can move mountains, when I didn't even, look at it, because I had written Connect to Correct, kept it somewhere, and I didn't even know that it was that impactful. My husband had read it and woke me up in the night and said, who are you? Who are you again? Who did you say you are? And I said, what happened? He said, I read that book and I'm wondering, why did you say you will not publish it? And I said, I'm just waiting, after a while. And then when Richard came into the scene, Richard, reaffirmed that and was like, you don't know what this book can do. You don't know what it is that you can become. And that was where my journey to becoming a king in the parenting industry began. And believe it or not, like it or not, we have built something that is a masterpiece in Africa today. And it's not even something that can be argued. They say that the man with experience is not in contention with the man with an argument. So we have the experience, we have the results, and today Connect to Correct, as a single book, have done over 200 to 300,000, copies sold, both in Nigeria and internationally. And I've gone ahead to write more than 20 books as of today, which have sold in thousands, millions of copies. Today, we're no longer talking about book marketing. We're now talking about how do we satisfy our clients when we launch a book. Last year we attempted to launch a book and we were completely overwhelmed with the number of books that come in. Now, these are the lessons that I have learned on my journey. You need to, on your journey to impact, understand that you need people who can coach you. Mentorship is a big deal. You can't get that. There's a place that you can't get to without mentorship. That's my belief. So my mentor, Barrister Taiwo Akinlami, who is my mentor in the industry, will say that I converted his 10 years. I made it non-existent. That's what he says to me. Recently, he called me and he said, I need you to provide clarity to me. And I was like, sir? He said, I need you to sit with me in a clarity session. I was like, sir? He said, yes, you have built something that, I am proud of, and I will be stupid not to recognize that you have something to offer me in return. And for me, that's the beauty of mentorship. That's what mentorship is about. Being able to give back, after you've actually have built people. And, it's also a privilege today that Richard will want to do something and he comes and says, oh, what do you think about this? How can I do it? And many years later, I'm able to provide clarity even to him. So on your journey to impact, you must recognize that you need people, you need mentors, you need coaches, you need people who will help you run that idea. If not, you're going to do trial and error for such a long time. And I've seen quite a number of, coaches, especially in my industry, who have done trial and error, too much trial and error. And sometimes I'm looking at them and like, why are you going around in circles? There's actually a better way to do this instead of going around in circles. And but for the records, I paid money to hire Richard. So I pay money to hire Richard every time. Even when I hire Richard for clarity, even now, I still pay Richard to provide clarity for me when I'm running anything, because I believe in paying people their worth. And I believe that when I'm able to pay their worth, I'm also able to gain and milk out the process. And that has helped me on my journey. So I pay for people's worth. If you tell me, oh, I'm going to charge me 1 million naira, in fact, I see you very worthy. And I say, oh, okay. So it means that if I pay 1 million naira, I can get 10 million naira from this process. So I am always very glad to see how this process can change me instead of just, concentrating on, oh, if I pay this, if I pay that and all of that. I remember that the first time I hired Richard, I think we had to pay 100,000 or so. It was a lot of money, and then for, at that stage, it was, but you need to pay. You need to, if you give nothing, you actually gain nothing. That's one lesson that I have learned personally. And so when you see trailblazers, it means that they have done something differently. What makes people extraordinary is the extra they do from the ordinary. So if you do the ordinary things, you're going to remain ordinary. So you need the extraordinary things to actually be able to do that. So one was mentorship coaching. It's a very key aspect of your journey. Number 2 is your believability quotient. How much do you believe in the process that you have called to bring? So when you meet me, one of the very first things you're going to hear from me is that I'm called to this generation. I don't care what you think. I don't care if you believe it. I believe it as much as I believe myself. I sleep and I believe it. I believe that I'm a savior to this generation. I don't need a confirmation from any human being. And I'm not joking. I wake up, I breathe it, I live it, I think it, I dream it. I'm a savior to my generation. I'm called the Messiah in the parenting industry, and I live a Messiah. So I'm not just called, I live it. So I believe in so much the things that I've been given, that I'm able to live it out. I'm able to, become it. And it has shown in all of the processes that we have, done, over the years. It's also have helped us to take charge of the industry. And then another thing that it belief does for you is, by the time you begin to see the people that, is in the industry that is already ahead of you, if you believe enough, you understand that It's just time. The difference between you and this person is just time. And you are going to see yourself get to that place as well. And for every time that I see myself there, I'm always like, all right, that this person is here. Okay, we're getting there. There's something also that I've been given. So your belief is your responsibility. Your belief is your responsibility. Nobody's going to believe your brand more than you can believe your brand. So it is about your belief. If you believe, your belief system, your believability is directly proportional to your growth. So it is how much you believe that you can grow. If you believe that, this is how you're going to grow, that's how you're going to grow. You know, every time when I say I'm Africa's number one, people have even started to say, I don't think it's Africa anymore. I think we have moved out of Africa. And that's the truth. All right. So it is very key that you believe you are your biggest fan. You're your number one fan. You're the biggest person for you. You are the person who will first of all tell yourself, oh, this is me. This is what it is that I have been called to do, and I believe it, and I believe I am that person. So you need to believe it. So it's not about what people are saying about you, it's about what you're saying about yourself. What do you believe about yourself? What are you called to do? What are you called to do? Do you believe that you have been called to do this thing? All right. And your calling is not only pastors that are called. If you're a business mentor, you are called. You are called. You are called. It's a ministry. The fact that you charge people money doesn't mean that you're not called. That's one thing that people, also do not, get. You're called. All right. You're called. It is a key factor. And then if you tell yourself you're called, you now begin to live your calling. So I recently started running the Masterpiece program. Richard was, at the helm of that. So anytime I have to start something new, I gather a team of coaches and mentors and move. And when I started, it's going to look as if I've coached and mentored for years. So I started coaching women recently, and I tell you, that space is mind-blowing. People have told me that they've never entered any coaching program for women that's this way. And it's not because I there is one superpower that I possess. It's just because I believe in what it is that I have to offer. Number one is your belief. For you people to believe you, you need to believe yourself. Do you even believe that the product you're selling is worth it? Do you even believe that what you're called to do is worth it? Do you even believe, so your belief is key. How much do you believe in that system? Because a coach cannot believe for you. A mentor cannot believe for you. You need to believe yourself. It is what you believe. That's what it shows. I usually say to, when I started, parent coaching, I usually say that we're going to have access to millions of people. And last year, we run the TIP annual conference, the Intentional Parents Academy annual conference. And last year, we hit 1 million views, all right? An online parenting program. I believed it so much that I have the capacity to reach millions of people. And we hit over 1 million views. We did 1.7 million views, as at the last count that we checked that, whole system. It's not something common. Another thing is that you need to dream it. You need to dream it. In your belief, you need to also dream it. You need to dream that you're that person. You need to dream that you can. So your belief and your dream, it also goes together. So that's your vision. So your vision is about your belief, your dream. So Satan is not afraid of your dream. Satan is afraid of your audaciousness to take steps in your dream. That's what Satan is afraid of. Satan is afraid of people who will move. Satan is afraid of people who will step on water without minding that they are going to drown. That they are the people that Satan is afraid of, and they are the people that can actually move mountains. So in that your journey, you need to find out. So yes, your dream is good, your dream is valid, your vision is valid, but it goes beyond your vision, it goes beyond your dream, it goes beyond all of that. It takes you to the point where it is that you can step out. So believe, and then your ability to step out. One of the things that I have learned on my journey, traveling this far on my journey, is my place, the place of intentionality. I have been intentional on every area of my journey, including building the kind of relationships that would get me to the place that I'm going to on my journey. So when I started my journey, I started to look at my relationships with people. Who are the people I need to connect with? Who are the people um, I need to fraternize with? Who do I need in this system? How do I get there? How do I become a global name? How do I connect at the global level? What do I do? And one of the things that that I was able to do was to begin to take steps to building intentional relationships. That was one of the things that got me into the Facebook system. I became a Facebook global lead. 6 months into parent coaching, I was already a Facebook global lead. And it offered me opportunities to represent Africa across the nations of the earth. And so it gave me access to people. It gave me, so one of the things I've learned is that when you map out that dream, when you can believe that system, opportunities will come your way. But you need to first of all even say this is where you want to go to. God meets us at the point of our needs, the way we want it, the way we need it. So if you say, I want to build a brand where I will just be able to coach 100 people, that's what God is going to give you. If you say, I want to build a brand where I'm going to have access to 1 million people, trust me, that's what you're going to have. It is according to what it is that you have been able to conceptualize in your mind. So God meets you at the point of your dream, at the point of your dream. God is not limited. If you say that, oh, I want to build my brand borrowing money, God will give you access to money where you can borrow it, and it is still God's mercies. And if you say, I will not borrow, I will lend unto many nations, God will give you access to lending unto many nations and not borrow. That is my testimony. So God will be able to open doors for you to access those things that you have dreamt, not because it's not just you. We are limiting God. God does not have limitation. We are the ones that have limitations. So whatever limitation you build around you is what God is going to offer you. So it is about what it is that you need. So when it comes to access, when it comes to grace of God, you need to actually say, God, this is where it is that I'm going to. So people like me are very audacious. We're big dreamers. We're unstoppable when it comes to dreaming to what it is that a business can become. And today we have about 5,000 people in our paid coaching program system, and we have so many other paid programs. And these are the things, these are a question of the dreams that we have heard without limitation. So dream with limitations. Dream with without limitations. Dream without boxes. There are no boxes anywhere. We are the ones that limit God. God doesn't have limit. You are the one that will say, this is what it is. This is where it is. And I'm going to close with this Bible story. And I'm going to share, the story of the widow of Zarephath. When Elisha came to her and said, when she said, I didn't have anything it is that I have to be able to pay my debt. Elijah said, okay, so what do you have? She said, nothing. And he said, if you have nothing, you would need to, you won't get anything. So go and borrow. And then she began to borrow containers. She borrowed as much as she could. And then the Bible recorded that when she started to pour the oil, she only poured the oil and the oil ceased when the container ceased. Your productivity will be it's going to be as a result of the capacity that you have built. Many of us have not built enough capacity to be able to receive what it is that is in the process. Now you need to build capacity. God does not stop flowing until your container stops. The anointing doesn't stop flowing until your container stops. So one of the things you want to do is to build those containers. Make sure that you have containers upon containers upon containers to receive it. Number two thing that you want to note is that you are part of your miracle story. There is no miracle without you. You are part of your miracle story. What are you doing to actually become that miracle? I am part of my miracle story. I have played in my miracle scenes over and over and over again. And since I understood that I was part of my miracle story, it was my mentor that first told me and said, you are part of your miracle story. You are the miracle, you see. And let me say something about mentorship. Mentorship is a guide. Mentorship is light. Mentorship pushes you from where it is that you are to where it is that you don't even see yourself. Mentors are light. They actually see the things that you don't see. All right. Mentors have secrets. They build your tribe. You need to build a tribe of mentors. That's the cheat code to accelerating through life. Is the wisdom of mentors. They hold the keys to the kingdom of secrets, each a guidance of insight and knowledge. In their counsel, you find shortcuts through the, all this thing of life challenges. These mentors, they are silent architects of your journey. They whisper secrets that unveil doors to your aspiration. And that was what my mentor told me years ago. And I can tell you for free that a mentor will accelerate your life. And that is one thing that you want to get on your journey. Don't navigate through yourself. Experience is a good teacher, but trust me, experience, it must not be your own experience. It can be the experience of another person. It can be the experience of the next person beside you. And so, as you go on this journey, remember, you need to believe in what it is that you have been called to do. You need to be audacious enough to deliver what you have been called to do. The word is for the bold and the loud, not for the silent and the knowledgeable. The word is for the bold and the loud, not for the silent and the knowledgeable. You can be knowledgeable. Your silence keeps your message in silence. All right. When the Bible said, seest thou a man that is diligent, that he will be, he will dine with kings. He said, see it. Your diligence needs to be seen. If your diligence is not seen, then it is no longer valid. You need to be seen. If it's not seen, kings can't see you. How much of your diligence is seen out there? So it is not enough to be diligent. My pastor will say you need to be sacrificial. It's not enough to be diligent. You need to be sacrificial. That's how you get to be seen. How much diligence have you actually been able to put out there for us to see? If we can't see it, you are not diligent enough. So show us, be bold, be loud, and trust me, one of the key things that you want to take away from this particular short talk is that you need to believe in yourself more than any other person can believe in you. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Richard. I am grateful to be able to share with your audience.
Please, fire emoji, please. I'm moved to even collect offering now. Hey, so if this is her unpreparedness talk, like I am not ready for this. What is it? I am drained and tired talk. Hey, I wonder what the main one will be. Wow. Thank you so much, Coach Wendy. I'm on my phone. I've been taking notes as she's been talking. I've noted down a lot of things. And one thing, if you cannot take away anything from knowing Coach Wendy, is that if Audacity was a person, it's her. Okay? If Audacity was a person, it's her. If she can package Audacity as a product, maybe it's a bottle of water like this that you can drink it and sell it, I will buy you. I will buy like 5 cartons. So, and it's really amazing having you here. Thank you so much for being here, Coach Wendy. I'm really honored. I and my wife sometimes go to their office to learn. I've been learning from her since 2018. So, and it's been an amazing journey. Thank you so much. So I want us to finish everything in the next 30 minutes. So what I want to share right now is the details going into some, I've shared 2 keys. I've shared 2 keys, and I want to share the remaining 5 keys, and I will do that in the next 30 minutes because I'm all for not too long talk. Okay? How many of us are getting value? If you are getting value, type 2 in the chat area. Type 2 in the chat area. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I was talking about attention magnets, and I mentioned that these are the things, Coach Wendy just talked about attention, and there's something powerful she said. She said, the world is for the bold and the loud, not for the knowledgeable, okay? You cannot go and build a duplex in the forex. You can't build a fine house, a duplex, very beautiful house. It's just like that. You are knowledgeable, but then people cannot access it, like building a duplex in the forest. Okay, you cannot be a light under a candle. So these are the ways that you can get that attention. Break a record, viral content, revealing documentary, and make sure that more eyes hear it and more ears see it. Very important. Number 3 thing is platform. Build your platform and raise ambassadors. If you want to play this, if you want to be the person that people remember, if you want to be the person that, in fact, organically attracts clients, organically attracts opportunities, you need to learn how to build your own platforms. People who own platforms today are the people who are standing out. So in this, when it comes to building a personal brand, these are the platforms that you can build. So you have email. So why I put email marketing on the top is that when it comes to building your own personal brand, email marketing, number 1, very important, because everything you do, you need to have contacts of people. Build your email contact list. Okay, so if you have been doing your business and you have been just doing free program, and people just go and join WhatsApp, and when they finish, they just leave and everything, you have been losing out on a lot. Get contacts of people. If you have been just doing your Facebook group, your WhatsApp group, and you're not getting contacts, make sure you're doing it. Then below that, you can do any of this. I'm talking about, and most of these things are things that you can do online and you can do it offline also. So you can do Facebook group, WhatsApp group, a blog, Telegram group, YouTube channel. You can start all these things. Which Wendy started with Facebook group. 2018, she started the Intentional Parents, and that group is over 100,000. When we started working together, her group was 8,000 people. It was just 8,000. So can you imagine that? It was just 8,000 people. Yeah, between 5,000 to 8,000 people were in the group, but now it's over 100,000 people. So the point is, some of you that even you have started now, you are still on 200, 500, and you're like, I'm not growing. How many years? 2018. And believe you me, you can even get to you can grow 10 times more in 3 months. Okay, there are ways to do that. I have done it. I do it for clients where you can grow 10 times more, even fast. But Wendy rarely even run ads. She don't, I think for like 4 years, she wasn't even running ads, but she has built 100,000 followers. It was probably the last 2 years that she started running ads. So imagine if you can even put something like running ads on your community groups. But basically, these are the communities you can build. So if you have a WhatsApp group, blog, Telegram, you are sitting on a gold mine, and it's up to you to grow it consistently. Okay. Yeah, I've mentioned this. As at 2018, 2020, she was here. This was the group she had. The Intentional was about 8,000 people. And today it has grown massively. Where is your platform? Okay. Where is your platform? Now, the survival of your brand is hinged on how many ambassadors you raise. Now, what you see on the screen is what I call the brand relationship levels, which is something that we created in EgoForce. So most people, when it comes to brand relationship levels, most people start as fans. Your goal is to turn people, lead people through this journey to become ambassadors. So when you start as fans are people who they've heard of your brand, they've engaged with your content, they admire your work. They may not necessarily be interested in the solution at that point, okay? But they are just there, pedestrian, they just see you, they like your post sometimes and all that. But then you have to move those people, and what you use to move those people is what we call lead magnets, baits, free stuff, whatever it is that you offer for free or at a cheap price to get them to take action to the next level, which is community member. And when they become a community member, they have joined at that point, they've joined your platform and they have become active consumers of your content. They are interested in your message. At that point, they have identified their need for what you are offering. Okay? Then you move them from community members to tribe members. Moving them from community members to tribe members is using what we call epic offers. So epic offers are basically, they are not products, but they are offers that you put together to solve their problem, whatever problem they are having, at a fee also, they pay for it. and they become tribe members. And tribe members are people who have paid for and experienced the transformation you offer. They have paid for your product, your service, your book, your course, your whatever it is. And then, as from tribe members, that's not where the relationship ends. The question you ask yourself is that, how do I turn these people to ambassadors? And to do that is using VIP experience. The fact that people have bought your product doesn't mean it ends there. You should not be somebody who just collects the money and that's it. Your goal is to turn people to ambassadors. And these are people who have gotten so much value that they find pride in referring you. Have you ever been in that position where you are talking about somebody's product and you are very proud to talk about it? And you are confidently talking about it. You know, you have experienced, you bought a phone, clothes, you know, whatever it is, and you're very confident to talk about it. That's because you got a VIP experience. So the question you ask yourself is, what is the extra length that you can go to serve people? At the heart of all this, especially when it comes to VIP experience, is service. It's not about how much you want to collect from people. Making money is even the lowest. Well, I think I put that somewhere. But making money is even the lowest benefit that you can get from what you do. The most fulfilling thing you can hear is when people open their mouth and say, my life became better because I took this course. My life became better because I got to know you. And that is what people are looking for. Okay? That's the most basic thing that you can, the most important thing that you can come out. Hot tip, always send attention to your platform. It's very important. So don't get all the attention. So for example, some of us mentioned Victor Bassi, what's his name? Hilda Bassi. So Hilda Bassi, you know, is when you talk about attention getting right now, so many people have been doing Guinness Book of Records. Some of them have been doing so, we've seen some of them on TV and all those things. But Hilda Bassi was intentional. She was intentional about getting all the visibility from that stunt. She was intentional about getting all the mining all the visibility from it. But she didn't just get all that attention. What she did is she recently launched a product. How many of us have seen that product? She recently launched an academy where, you know, people are paying to learn how to cook. Is it that we don't know how to cook okra soup or egusi or this thing? You can learn all those things on YouTube. But there's something about what she's carrying. And that is another lesson. People don't necessarily pay for the product that you are selling, something tangible. You want to get a product. People don't necessarily pay for only that. People pay for you. Everything that comes with you. You are a product. Everything that comes with you is a product. Okay? Everything, the way you talk, the way you sit, the way you attend to people, the way you pay attention, the kind of results you deliver. All those things are things that make up. So when you think that, this person is already selling this thing now, I cannot sell it. No, it's you have not understood that you are your own miracle, just like Coach Wendy said. You are your own miracle. There's a lot about your uniqueness that it's all part of the package, and that's what people pay for. But always send attention to your platform, very critical. Key number 4 is to make money. Money is very important. Your dreams and goals need money to manifest or to come true. Please, if you are not charging for what it is that you are doing, you need to charge. And you need to remove the mindset that charging money or making money is wrong. I don't know, or the guilt, feeling guilty. Okay. For any question you have, put it in the chat area. I'm going to answer it, please. You need to, that guilt of charging money, you need to, there's a whole system to develop the confidence to charge, which is another class that I have a framework to help you develop that confidence. But yeah, your dreams, it needs money to manifest, okay? The fact that Coach Wendy is able to pay people to come and work with her, to come and work on her business, to the fact that she pays even me for some of the things that I do for her, is because she makes money. Business runs on money, okay? Even non-profits, charity runs on money. So we all need to develop that attitude of charging money is like the air you breathe, okay? as what air is to life is what money is to business. Is what cash flow is to business. If you are not making money, your business will die. If you are not breathing, you will die. So, very important. Find, and how do you make money? Simple. Find a need and fulfill it. Sorry, I want to put my timer so that I'm checking myself. Okay. Find a need and fulfill it. In February, my wife got an idea. She's been having this idea of creating a smartphone video course. She has learned a lot when it comes to smartphones. She can pick up her phone and learn something in a very fast and very remarkably. So, and we've been talking to her, to create a course, and eventually she did in February. Launched it in March. And why did she even create that? Because she noticed that people will also come to her and ask her about, okay, help us edit our video. I want to learn video editing. How did you edit this video? All those things. And she decided to put a course together, a smartphone video editing course. And as of today, that course has generated over 5 million naira. Just that one course. And she has created about 6 more courses out of that. And she has multiple courses that she has created now. In fact, she has created another program that is even higher, more expensive, the 10X Money Gang, which I am a co-instructor with her. But the point is that she found a problem and she created a solution to that problem, packaged it as a product to solve that problem. Another person I wanted to use as an example is one of my clients that I work with, So Precious. She had her experience is if she had struggles with infertility, and eventually she overcame it, had a child, and then she decided to package what she did to that point, package that as a product and sold it. Okay, at least at the time I worked with her, she told me we did a launch for her product. She got about 5 people who joined her coaching program, some of them abroad, who joined her coaching program, and she made money from it. But the point is, what are you packaging as your solution? That is how you make money. You don't come to the table without a product that people can pay for. And these are the various ways for you to make money. I call them money magnets. So when it comes to building a personal brand, there are various money magnets. You have facilitating, you have authoring, you have coaching, you have done-for-you service, you have speaking, you have training. Under facilitating, you have event compare. You can be an event compare. You have influencing or ambassadorship, people who are brand ambassadors. You can do a retreat. You have a challenge. Under authoring, authoring has to do with anything that you are packaging your knowledge into a product that people can access. So you have YouTube channel, online course, print and electronic books, DVDs. When it comes to coaching, you have one-on-one coaching. You can run an academy. You have consultations. When it comes to done-for-you, you have software. You have package service. You have tangible products or merchandising. You have licensing. You have plans and templates. When it comes to speaking, you have keynotes speaker. You have guest speaker. When it comes to training, you can run a one-day training. In fact, there are up to 50 ways for you to make money from anything that you know how to do. Okay, before I used to teach 14, but there are actually up to 50 ways for you to make money from anything that you know how to do. 50 different ways. So when people say create multiple streams of income, it's not today you start Accra business, tomorrow you start a Zobo business, another day you go into fashion, then tomorrow we'll see you as a musician, and then the next day we'll see you as a native doctor. Okay, but the point is, even from whatever it is that you know how to do in this age and time, there are various ways, the various things that you can create and ways to make money from it. So that is your money magnets. Key number 5, 2 more to go. If you're getting value, type 2 in the chat area. Key number 5 is a big vision. I love this. If you're getting value, let me see your 2s in the chat. I love this. A big vision. A big vision. Coach Wendy has alluded to this a bit. A vision so big, it places a demand on you. Making money is not a vision. So for some of us who run businesses, and your goal, your ultimate goal is to make money. That is good, very important, critical. In fact, the unboxing I'm going to be doing is because of that. Okay, but it's not where it ends. That is the base level. There's something I wanted to show us. I did not put that. Let me show you that making money is the base level quickly. I hope we have the time. If you want me to show you, let me know, please. But there's a map. We call it the domination growth stages. It's the levels of growth that you have to make as a dominator, as a king in your market. Okay. And you will see that the number one level, the least level is making money. That is becoming a tribe titan. Let me show us that. Let me stop my share. I want you to see that. I want you to see that. Okay. You should be seeing that anytime now. Let me put it on the slide. Awesome. So I should be bringing it up. Let me bring it up. All right. So see this on the screen. This is domination growth stages. Your domination growth stages are basically the levels of growth that you have to make as somebody, as a personal brand, who has a knowledge or experience, and you want to build around it, build a brand around it. So the first level is the apprentice. Most people are on the apprentice level. They are still figuring out things. They are confused. They are still dilly-dallying, sort of. And they have not gotten tangible, concrete solutions or messaging, the way they message in a concrete and tangible way. Second is the tribe titan. The tribe titan is basically sales. That is the tribe titan. A tribe titan is somebody who makes a minimum of at least $1,000 every month. And to make $1,000 every month, you have to be very clear about how to communicate your value, your message in a very audacious way also. And this is sales, learning how to do sales. So the point that I was making is that it's the number two, is the first thing that you go into. Then you have three more stages. That's the market maven, you have the growth merchant, you have the chief dominator, and you have the legend.
Your screen is not showing.
Oh, sorry. And I've been rambling on here. Oh, sorry, I forgot to remove.
You're frozen, sir.
Okay, can you see it now?
Yeah, it's there now.
Okay. Let me increase it. Okay, so you have the, this is what I was talking about. The apprentice, this is the apprentice. Then second, you have the tribe titan, this is this. And then you have the market maven. Okay. Then you have the group merchant, you have the chief dominator, and you have the legend. Okay. This is the journey that you have to be making. This one, number two, is money, sales. And most people, this is where they just get here and they stop. They are just making money, and then you are like, okay, what next? What next should I be doing? What next? Okay. But these are the good levels. This is what I wanted to show us. Okay. And what the unboxing I'm going to be doing is basically on these levels, on level 2. All right. Now there are 3 types of vision. The first, there's a vision for your market. The vision for your market is, what do you want this market to become? How do you want this market to change? What is the influence? Sorry, what are the things going on in your market that you want to, just like Coach Wendy said that there were gaps in between when she in the industry that she noticed. Okay, those are the things that is your vision for your market. How do you want it to change? Second thing is your vision for your business in that market. You can be seeing gaps and you can be running a business, but you want your business to exist with that market. You don't want the market to grow and your business is nowhere. You get to a point and you have plateaued and you are no longer, there's nothing else you can offer in that market. So where's the place of your business as the market is growing? Where do you want your business to be as the market is growing? That's number 2. And then the last is your vision for yourself in your business in the market. Where do you want to be in your business and this has to do with becoming. The fact that you are somebody who is growing with your business, because your business will only grow as far as you are growing. Your business will only grow to the limit of your growth. It's called the law of the lead. John Maxwell calls it the law of the lead. The more you grow, your business will grow. So what is your vision for yourself as an individual? Who do you become? So that your business will get to that point you want it to get to as the market is also growing. Okay? So for my company, EagleFort, our vision is to be among Africa's top 5 coaching and consulting companies by raising 50 industry kings in Africa by the year 2030. This is our business vision in the market. We are still constructing our vision for the market. Okay. When it comes to this, our metrics is they have completely mastered their craft and how to sell it. They are earning minimum of $10,000 per month. They are working with brands and governments. They have built a functional and reputed organization. These are our metrics. And we want to achieve this by the year 2030. And we want some of you, in fact, to be part of the people who will help to work with you to help you achieve this. Okay, it's our driving force. Key number 6 is solid relationships. I loved it when Coach Wendy was mentioning this. You alone can only go so far. In fact, some of the strategies that I've been mentioning here, when we talk about tips, strategies, tips, and all those things, please, I'll explain all the questions you're asking, please. When you talk about tips and strategies and all those things, you can apply, what is it? Any strategies you can apply. But the most important thing is you can apply all the strategies that you can apply, but relationships, one relationship you will get will just collapse all those strategies you're applying and just catapult you to a higher place. Okay? So you alone can only go so far. In 2018, when I came into Abuja, leading to 2019, Coach Wendy was talking about the Facebook community leadership platform that she was the head of in Abuja. And that was how I met a lot of people that I know now. And I was still new in Abuja then. I think it was about my second year in Abuja. And she became the lead. I was deputizing. And that circle gave me access to people who are leaders of communities. Okay. The question you ask yourself from this is, what circles are you in? What relationships, what communities are you actively in? And how is that advancing your dreams? Last year, January, I thought to myself, I need, because the Facebook platform closed, and I needed another circle of people who are like minds, of people who have share similar dreams, people who will push me and will push ourselves. And I thought about it and I said, okay, who can I, have as my part of this mastermind? And that was where I thought about some people, some of my friends, and I called them up, told them, shared the idea with them. And in fact, I was thinking of one small organization that is, just us doing our thing, but they blew it up. And today that idea has bettered the Tribe Force Mastermind. I belong to a mastermind. We meet periodically, share each other's goals, question each other's plans, share ideas, and grow, basically. Okay, this was one of our hangouts. Sometimes we go to a strategy session in an Airbnb. We hire one Airbnb, go for a strategy session there, only us. Okay? So the point is, where do you belong? What are the relationships you are intentionally building? You can have a hit list That's what one of my mentors calls it. A hit list. Write the names of people that you want to meet. What action are you taking to get into those people's circle? Here is a hot tip. Relationship management is more important than relationship building. So many of us have people on our contact list that know you, but because you have mismanaged that relationship, you don't really have them as friends again. Okay? So even as you are building relationships, it's even more important that you learn how to nurture and keep relationships, and that relationship management. Okay? That's a whole book on its own that's a whole lesson on its own. But I just wanted to share this with us. Focus more on how do you manage these relationships as against just making relationships. The 7, which is the last, is character. Sound character holds everything together. Okay? I wasn't going to talk about every other thing without mentioning this because it's very important. Everything you will become, whatever it is that you are going to achieve, boils down to the quality of person you are, boils down to the habits that you have developed, boils down to who you have become. And it's about 3 things: the character of courage and audacity. I loved it when Coach Wendy talked about this. Okay? The character of courage and audacity. Everything that we've talked about, it's courage. You need courage and audacity. You need to believe in yourself to the point that you know that nobody else knows what you are saying the way you do. To the point that you don't need anybody's approval to host the webinar. To the point that you don't need anybody's approval to write your book, to communicate the value that you have. To the point that you only know that ultimately you answer to yourself and to God. Okay? You answer to yourself and to God. So you don't need anybody's validation to make that post. The audacity and the courage to understand that you make mistakes. And the audacity and the courage to know that you have made a mistake and to seek out what you need to improve on. All right? So you need courage, and all these things requires courage and audacity to show up consistently every day. The character of consistency. Not you do one thing today and that's the end. Do you sustain it? Coach Wendy has been doing Facebook Lives for how many weeks now? For how many years? Sorry. She's been doing Tuesday Lives consistently. That's one of the things that inspires me. Okay? The fact that she's been doing sorry, what happened? Okay. The fact that she's been doing her Tuesday Lives consistently every Tuesday. She's been showing up. Okay, so some of you, I remember the first time I did when I started all this, I was telling somebody, one of my coaching clients. So she did a webinar. We had issues with the advertising and promotion of the webinar with Facebook. So a lot of people did not sign up as we expected because of that issue that we're having. So we had far less than what we wanted to as registration. So she came and was telling me, coach, no, only this number of people registered. Am I still going to teach and all those things? And I told her that, and I was telling her that, see, when I did my own webinar, when I was starting out, and when we did not even have like Facebook ads the way it is now, when we even didn't have Zoom, I remember I was in one program called Uber Conference, and people registered for the webinar. On the day of the webinar, only one person showed up, and that person was even battling with network. So he was coming in and going. So throughout that webinar, I was basically speaking to myself. I was basically there talking to myself, but I was there talking. And I finished it and I recorded it. And what I now did was package it, and I was now selling it as an audio. But that is consistency. That I didn't shut down the webinar because people didn't show up. I still delivered it to myself. Okay. So, but going forward, how long are you willing to stay in the game? Patiently, also being patient with yourself, also as you implement and grow. That's the question. That's the character of consistency. The last one is integrity. Do you do what you say you will do? Okay. Do you see what you say you will do? It's very important. the world is suffering from a deficiency in character, especially when it comes to integrity. In fact, if you live in a place like Nigeria, is a constant, you need the grace of God. Okay, you need yourself, then coupled with heavy amounts of the grace of God for you to be a person of integrity. But it's possible. Okay, but if you can develop that, it becomes a useful value, quality that you need to have. So, and these are the three things when it comes to character development. Sorry, something is happening with my camera. Okay. Now, before I wind up, let me talk about my big review, my big unboxing. If you have gotten value so far, please type 2 in the chat area. I don't know why I've been choosing 2 today, but just okay. If you have gotten value so far, please 2 in the chat area. I want to see it. Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Messi. Thank you, Fanny. Thank you, Tizay, Tracy. Now, my big review is my Sales Acceleration Academy. This is the first time, this is the first launch of this program. The Sales Acceleration Academy is a 30-day, not 90 days, please. It's a 30-day implementation program to help you define your message, solution, and irresistible offer. This is me offering myself to coach you for the next 30 days when it comes to your business. The first week in this 30 days program, what we are going to be doing is I'm going to help you to package and craft your messaging in a very compelling way, in a way that it is marketable, resonates with your audience, and deliver solutions. That's the first week. The second week, we are going to create epic offers. So epic offers are basically, how do you take your solution and put it together into a package that when people assess it, they get transformation. And even when people even see it, they know that this is something that I have to sign up for. It is so good that people beg you to pay for it. That's what I call epic offers. The week 3, what we are going to be doing is platform advantage. Platform advantage, I'm going to teach you how to get booked to speak on multiple events and shows for free and get clients from them. This is something that I'm about to teach I run a program called the Family Development Professionals Academy for parent coaches and teen coaches. I'm about to teach them that. I use this method. This is one of the things I used to make money. I don't have time to tell the story, but I use this to make a lot of money. When I first entered Abuja, within 3 months of entering Abuja, I was booked to speak on 3 platforms. And after those, when I was booked to speak on those 3 platforms, I made money from all of them. And I'm going to be, and now, in fact, I've seen another method that is even faster and it gets you global. And I'm going to be teaching that in the Sales Acceleration Academy. Then I'm going to talk about Discovery Core Power. Discovery Core Power is how to build a system to get people booking calls to work with you. So there's a system to do that. When people ask, how do you get clients? How do I get clients? How do I get people to even pay me premium? It's very leveraging the Discovery Core Power. And I'm going to be teaching you, helping you build that system. Okay. Then week 4, we are going to talk about digital product launches. How do you launch your digital products? Basically, this whole program, okay, I've already talked about it. This whole program is an implementation program. So it's not going to be a program where we just teach and go. Okay. It's going to be a program where we teach, everybody implements, and we come back to review what everybody has done. Now, what are the things? You get weekly trainings. So every week we have a training. You also get access to all the replays. Even more importantly, you get step-by-step tutorials. So there are some things that people tell you to do, or I will tell you to do, and I'll give you tutorials, especially when it comes to clicking buttons. I'm going to give you tutorial on what to click and how to click, what to click and implement. I was very impressed with the people in my family development program that within 1 week, they have developed their own funnel. I was very impressed when they were building it. We were following the tutorials that we gave them. And that's it. We have a support community also. And then accountability, very critical. I'm going to be checking up on you. I'm going to call you sometimes to ask you, what are you doing? I will be on your case. Then we have 30-day support after the program. So when the program ends, after the 30 days, by the next 30 days, as you implement, you can always come back to that group, ask your questions, and get your answers also. So as a free bonus to join this group, you'll be getting my book, The Art and Science of Territorial Domination, as for free. And you also get sales post templates. When you are doing your launch, you will need posts. The question of what do I post online? What do I post to sell my product? So what we have done is that we have created all the posts as a template, and we'll give you a video to show you how to edit it and use it. So all you have to do is edit the post, use it, and post. So you don't have to be thinking of what do you write to sell. We have done all that for you in this program. So how much is, okay, before I get to how much, disclaimer. Number one, do not join this program if you give excuse and not take action. Like I said, it's an implementation program. It's not a teaching program. One. Second is that you cannot invest. If you cannot invest at least 20,000 naira to run ads, do not join the program. I'm going to ask you to run ads. Getting attention is very important. Also, you don't know how to do graphic design or have access to a graphic designer. Please do not join. You need to have access to the graphic designer, or you know how to do your designs yourself. And the last is, if you don't have a laptop, do not join the program. Okay, or at least access to a laptop. So very important. If you have a laptop, to do, and we're in the era of tech, everybody is a digital entrepreneur. Okay, and there are things to execute. If you have tablet can work. Yeah, if you have a tablet, it can work. It works. So, but if you don't, laptop, tablet, those two things works. But smartphone, no, at all. That one will not work. Please don't join. Okay. So how much is the program? The program is 49,500 naira. But if you are going to pay between now and tomorrow midnight tomorrow, so between now and midnight tomorrow, I'm giving a discount of 9,500. You can pay 40,000 naira to join the program. After midnight tomorrow, it jumps back to 49,500 naira to join that program. Now, let me make this announcement in this group. I was struggling with the pricing for this program because of the value in it, and I was struggling with it. But I wanted to increase it, frankly. But I thought, okay, next year, January, I'll increase. But for this program, now you can join at this price. So questions, please. Questions, please. Between now, yeah, let me take our questions. If you have questions, please type in the chat area. I'm scrolling up to address some questions that were asked. If I missed your question at any point, please ask in the chat area. You can copy it and place it back. For some of us looking to launch a coaching program, what can you do to get attention to your platform? There are a lot of things to do to get attention to your platform. You can run a webinar. You can you hear me, please? Can you still hear me? As a pastor, can I join? Yes, you can join, please. As a pastor, you can join. Can I pay twice? You have to complete your payment before 22nd of October. If you are doing part payment, whatever part payment you are doing before 22nd of October, everything you have to complete all your payment before then. How can I create a clarity session and webinars for my brand? Creating a clarity session, please. Give me a minute. Let me quickly do something. I'll answer your question. Just give me. Some people are asking for the payment details. So let me quickly put that on the screen. Okay. So this is the account details that you can pay to. This is Access Bank, please, not Diamond Assets. Access Bank, but the same thing. Okay, somebody's asking, I noticed this program is more for newbies to digital marketing. What about coaches who already have their products packaged and are looking to structure and scale their business? Is this for them, or is this for them, or there is another program for them, please? So for coaches who already have digital products packaged and are looking to structure and scale their business. So I'm assuming that you are making money already. Now, one of the things that we have to know, if you already have a system that is built and you have a product and you're making money, you're generating money, that is fine. Another question you ask yourself is that, have you automated that system? That is part of scaling. Have you automated that system? Do you know how to predictably, continuously generate that money and even increase it? But aside this program, I have my one-on-one 3 months coaching program, which is focused on scaling. And that scaling also is on the second level of the domination growth stages, which is the market maven. So there's the market maven. So maybe you send me a private message, Coach Yetunde. We'll talk and then we'll decide whether this is the right fit for you also. Please, what is the time of the training? Is it daily or I mentioned is weekly? We'll have weekly trainings. I'll give you assignment. You go and implement, and then we will come back and review what you have done. So the trainings are usually in the evening. It's going to be in the evening around this time. So, and this program is not about, yes, it's about how to leverage digital marketing to grow your brand. That's what the program is about, okay? Leverage digital marketing to grow your brand. We'll create the offers and how to, and guide you to sell it also. I saw some people who said they had questions. Please, you can ask. In the next 2 minutes, we are going to be ending this session. Please ask your questions. Has this been valuable for you? Please let me know in the chat area also, or in the WhatsApp. Thank you, Jennifer. Okay, if you're interested, you can send me a private message in the group. I'm going to post in the group, so you'll see my chat, so you can more details and more valuable information will continuously be posted in that group. So thank you everybody for being here for the Tribe of Kings webinar for the first edition, and more are going to come. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much.